Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And I actually wasn't going to film a video over here today. I thought I'd let people get caught up a little bit. I really have hurt my back. Yesterday, I filmed videos downstairs up against the fireplace, and I sat there for like an hour and a half on the floor. I mean, I got up in between a couple videos, but I sat on the floor, and it's like hardwood floor up against like the rocks. And when I finally got up, I was like, oh, my back has been killing me all day long. And so if I'm gonna film, this is my fourth video in a row. I filmed my Peter Does Stuff video, my review video. I just finished a TV video, and now I'm filming this one. And then I think after this, I'm done. Oh, I filmed 2 drama videos today too. But I think after this, I'm done, and I'm gonna film a vlog and just let the rest wait until tomorrow or the next day, because my back is really, really hurting me. But I wanted to get on here, and I wanted to talk about some of these quotes that I found on Instagram last night, and I saved them to kind of remind me of some things to be helpful for me. This is something that I've started just in the last couple months, is that I follow a lot of these Instagram accounts that have like motivational, inspirational quotes and stuff, and they've been really, really helpful for me. I think you guys know I love the meditation books. I love the daily, books of meditations and inspiration and things like that, but for me to like scroll through that stuff is really helpful to me. And, a couple of years ago, it was after the accident, I really changed a lot of what I looked at on social media, especially Instagram. I was following a lot of influencers, a lot of celebrities, a lot of people whose houses were gorgeous, a lot of people this, and, a lot of these like good looking men with beards and great bodies. And I would look at them, and it would just really make me feel less about myself than I already felt. And I was like, and I think it was during that time that I came across Morty the Misfit, which is this rescue dog. And I started following him, and when his stuff would come up, I noticed that it just made me so happy. But the other stuff kind of brought me down as I was just like sitting on my front porch, and, and I just would like, I would look at everything compared to that. And I remembered back, this friend of mine that said we always lose by comparison when we compare our lives to somebody else. So for me, I just was like, I think it's healthier if I'm looking at stuff that makes me happy. I mean, isn't that the point of social media anyway? And so I just unfollowed like all those accounts, all the influencers, all the celebrities, not just people that were problematic, but really anybody at that point. And I just kept a few, I was following like all these guys that were like, had great bodies and great style and gorgeous beards. And I just was like, this is like making me feel so bad about myself and my own self-image. I'm not doing this anymore, right? And so I unfollowed all of them. And that was when I started following a lot of rescue dogs, and then rescue squirrels and animals, and senior rescue dogs specifically, because I think there is a unique special place in heaven for people that rescue senior dogs at the very end of their life and give them a wonderful home for the rest of their lives. I really, really do. Like, I think they're literally angels here on earth, the people that take care of senior rescue dogs and give them amazing homes. And it's something that I really want to do later in life. I know there's a lot of emotionality. My husband, that's not something that he necessarily wants to do, so we'll have to figure all that out. But then a couple months ago, I started, these inspirational quotes would show up, and I started following a lot of these accounts that have these inspirational quotes. So now when I go through Instagram, it's like, rescue dog, rescue squirrel, pictures of squirrels in nature, little illustrations of animals living in, knots in the woods and things like that. And then these inspirational quotes. And so I wanted to share these 2 with you that I saw last night, because for me, I screenshot them, and then they really helped me down the road. So the first one that I read, it said, I am no longer choosing to spend time with people who, and these are the things, make me feel less than, who make me question my worth, who don't make me feel like I can show up as my authentic self, who make me feel that I can't be present, who make it feel one-sided, that's so important, who dismiss my feelings, who don't create space to validate my experience, I think that's so important, who repeatedly disrespect my boundaries, who struggle to reciprocate, who don't support my growth, who don't think that I matter too, who make my nervous system feel unsafe. And I think that those are all such really specific and in layman's terms ways to know when to set boundaries. Any of those things, okay? If you want to rewind this and go listen to me say it again. For me, it's when I am in situations where people make me feel unsafe, I don't like that, okay? And I don't consider somebody loving or kind to me if they're putting me in situations that make me feel unsafe, or if I've told them that these feel like these are unsafe situations and they don't really care. I'm not really big at 52 years old on people that don't reciprocate. In conversations, if I ask them, how was your day, blah, 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 and they never ask me how my day was. Not just in one conversation, but in multiple conversations, okay? I am there all day long for my friends that want to tell me what's going on with their life and want me to help them with it and want to vent to me. I am all there for my friends, okay? What I'm not there for today is to have people in my life that every conversation I have with them is them trauma dumping on me, okay? I can't handle it anymore, and I have said as nicely as I can to those friends of mine, you need to go seek some professional help because I can't be that for you. It's not even healthy for me to be that for you, right? But, you know, I think that this inspirational quote for me was such a sign that the boundaries that I've set in my life were boundaries to uplift my own self-worth and also to continue to create safe places in my life. So when anybody tells you that you don't have a right to set boundaries, just remember, okay? The boundaries you are setting for yourself are so that you respect yourself, so that you know your self-worth, so that you know that you are loved, and so that you are living in safe places, okay? If anybody takes issue with you needing to be respected, being loved, knowing your own self-worth, or being in safe places, then that is not a person that you need in your life, okay? And that was something that I really had to realize. That was something that was really hard for me to realize because I would set boundaries with people and people didn't like it, and they challenged it. Of course they would, because they don't like when anything is challenged that I'm going to say, I demand to be respected, okay? I demand to not be belittled or talked down to. I demand to not be put in unsafe spaces for me. And if you cared about me, you wouldn't do that. I don't put people that I love in unsafe spaces. You know, I'm not going to say that in my entire life. I have never belittled, okay, or disrespected somebody that I've loved. But with quickness, I turn around and I try to fix it. Because I don't want people that I love in my life to feel disrespected, to feel unloved, to feel that their self-worth is not matched, and to feel that they are living in unsafe places because of me. I don't want to be the point for that for people. And I don't want people to be the point of that for me. And if that's setting a boundary and people take issues with that, I don't really know what to say. My life is more important to me, and I can only be of value to anybody else if I'm taking care of myself. But when you start setting boundaries and limits, people will challenge you on it because they don't like that, because they want to continue to walk all over you and run all over you. They want to continue to do what they want because those are people that ultimately only care about themselves. They don't care about anybody else. And then you start questioning yourself. Am I crazy? Maybe I shouldn't be setting this boundary. Maybe I shouldn't be asking this. Maybe I wasn't, they didn't disrespect me. You know, when somebody disrespects you, you go, please don't talk to me that way. I wasn't talking, I was just joking. And you're like, well, maybe they were just joking, even though it's happened 20 times. At what point is the joke not funny anymore? When you've asked somebody not to make that joke. Maybe you don't feel comfortable not asking for that joke to be told because you don't feel comfortable in that space. That's an unsafe space. Where you don't feel that you can stand up for yourself and ask for what you need, you are living in an unsafe space. It is fair for us to ask for spaces that are safe for us to live in. Many of us grew up in spaces that were not safe for us to live in. As adults, we have a right to ask for that. As children, we have a right to ask for that. We just don't have a lot of control over those situations. You have a right to ask for love and respect and to know your self-worth and to ask for safe places to survive in. You have a right to ask that, you know? The next one that I read was, pay attention to how your body feels when you interact with others. This is so important. Walking on eggshells usually means to walk away. Fight or flight response usually means to keep your distance. Sudden fatigue usually means you are being drained. That's the one I relate to the most. Trust your body. Your body will remind you often. And this was something that took me, just until the last couple of years to realize, right? Is that I found that when I interacted with certain people, especially people that I was like setting boundaries and limits with, and I just would walk away from that interaction, that dinner, lunch, or whatever conversation, I just was like, God, I'm so drained. Like, I don't care if I talk to them for another month. I love them. And that the love was the confusing part, right? Because I loved them, but I just felt so drained, you know? I just wanted to get away, is how I felt. Well, what I looked at later was that those were not healthy relationships. Now, those were the hardest ones for me to have conversations with because those were the conversations I had to have with people to say, something's not right with our relationship. It's not healthy today. And I'm worried about you. And I'm, setting these boundaries and you're not respecting them. And I'm either going to have to like leave this relationship, or I want to help you get help if you need it or if you want it, right? Many times that was met either then or down the road with, please help me find somebody. Who have you talked to? What worked for you? And I would share with other people. And my answer is not the end all answer. All people have to find answers in their own places, right? But then there were other people that were like, how dare you say that to me? How dare you tell me that this entire 2-hour conversation that we just had, which was all about them, you say, you really haven't asked me one thing about how I'm doing or what's going on with me. Not one thing. In the past 5 conversations we've had that have been an hour and a half to 2 hours each, not once have you ever asked me anything about me. At some point, that kind of makes me feel like maybe you really don't care about me and I'm just a vehicle for you to vent to. At that point, then maybe I need to reevaluate. How dare you say that to me? How dare I? And then I'm in my head. I'm like, should I not have said that? Am I being mean? Like, God forbid, should I not say that? My time is too valuable. My hours, my seconds, my minutes, my days are too valuable. And there are enough people that want to spend time with me that I am not going to waste my time with people anymore that just don't get it. And neither should you. The people that I have in my life today, I cherish. They are ride or die. I'm there for them and they are there for me. They would do anything for me and I would do anything for them. I know the quality of the people that I have in my life today. And I don't have a lot. But the people that I have, they are enough. And they are a lot. I love you guys. Let me know what you think about those 2 inspirational quotes in the comment section below. I love you guys and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.